Okay, this is a green curry recipe for Cora. She's asked me for it over in Germany. It's really a Thai recipe, and I'll show you the ingredients that I'm using. One is Thai Kitchen's green curry paste, which I like the best. I'm using 2 cans of coconut milk. It doesn't matter really what brand it is, but my suggestion is that you don't use low fat or anything like that. Just go for the gusto and use the good stuff. I've already put a couple of cans in the pan here. It's warming up. And one of our Thai au pairs, who we had here years ago, used to tell me all the time when you make curry to put a pinch of sugar in, which I've done already as well. And when I say pinch, really, literally a couple of just pinches. Now that I have that all in there, I'm going to put in the curry paste. Now, you can read what's on the recipe or on the bottle for what you should use. I like mine spicy, so I always put more. For this kind of bottle, I'll probably use half the bottle for each time I make it. So it's really nice and spicy. If you don't like it spicy, don't use as much. Okay, so that's the curry paste. And get that mixed in there. A lot of times they'll tell you to cook the curry at the bottom of the pan before you add the milk. To me, it doesn't matter all that much. As long as the curry flavor is there and the spice is there, for me, that's what I like. Okay, so that's that. The rice I have on started already. There's 2 different kinds of rice that I use a lot. One of them is jasmine rice, which is very Thai, and you probably should be using that with this recipe, but we use a sweet rice, which really isn't as sweet as it is gooey. It gets really sticky and gelatinous, and we kind of like that. So you can use whatever you'd like, but jasmine rice is probably the preferred. This is just an option for us, and that's what I'm using today. It's really gooey, and it'll soak up a lot of the curry juice when I make it. Now you'll see that at the end. All right, so I got the curry starting to cook on the stove. I'm going to cut up an onion, get that in there. A lot of these ingredients, especially with Thai food, you want them fresh, and you want them a little crispy. The onions I usually let cook a little bit so they get a little translucent. That takes a little bit longer, so I put these in first. I get them, not too big of pieces, but big enough. Come on. You know what? I think I'm going to use a little bit more. The other ingredients you can see here, I've got a couple different colored peppers, which I'm going to use. And I want to put them in kind of last so they're nice and crisp. I don't want them really soft and mushy. So, all right, so the onions in there. That cook a little bit. Get rid of these things. We'll cut up the other veggies. All right, so with some green onion. These 2 don't have to be big pieces, bite size. And because I'm going to be using a couple different size ones, you don't need to have a ton of each one. A little of each one is fine. Alright, there's that. I'll use a little bit of red. Makes the dish look nice too when you've got a couple different colors in there. You don't have to use these end pieces. I use everything. I don't waste anything or try to select everything. I just use everything and not waste. No particular size, doesn't matter as far as the size of the pieces. I try to make them really kind of the same, overall the same size so they cook evenly, but other than that, you can do whatever you want with them. A little more red. Alright, there's those. Alright, this is starting to get hot. Try not to get the coconut milk to boil. You can get it close to, but you don't really need to boil. Alright, the other thing is I usually get little chicken tenderloins for this. You don't have to buy anything big. Tenderloins are nice and juicy. They're just, smaller pieces of chicken. Again, with this you do it the same thing. You can make it bite-sized pieces. And this is going to go in last, because it doesn't take long for this to cook either. And as soon as it's done, I like to take it off the fire so that it stays tender. You overcook chicken breast, sometimes it dries out. And again, with these, try to make the same size pieces, mostly bite-sized. Now the 2 cans and the curry I put in there, this will probably pretty easily serve 4 people. When you get a couple of curry hungry jacks like Denise and me, we'll go through quite a bit of it, just the 2 of us. Don't forget, when you finish cutting chicken, clean your knife. Don't cut other things and cross-contaminate anything. Okay. Now in the end as well, I mean there's a couple of things at the end. This may cook down and get a little thick. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of flour to thicken it, because I like it a little bit thicker. But because I'm using the sticky rice, I don't really need to do that. I'm just going to leave it fluidy, but you can add a little flour to thicken it up. Oh, wish you could smell this. All right, so we've got all that in there. This is very simple, very easy recipe. It's starting to simmer a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the rest of these veggies in. No, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put the chicken in and then put these in, because I want the chicken may take a little bit longer than the veggies to cook. Like I said, I like the veggies very crisp. Hardly cooked at all, but just enough to soak up some of the coconut milk. All right. I'm going to add a little bit more chicken. You can put the kind of quantities that you want in here. There's really no exact amounts that you really need to put in of any of this stuff. You put what you like or what the liquid will hold. All right, at this point, you can take a look and see what it looks like. It really is pretty liquidy, but there is a little bit of consistency to it, and the chicken's cooking nice, and the onions are starting to cook as well. So I think I'm going to put the peppers in. Very simple, very easy to make. I think I may add, I actually grow Thai peppers outside. I think I'm going to run out and get one and put it in. I really want to kick it up a notch. Be right back. Got a Thai pepper plant outside. I got hundreds of peppers on it. It's been a great season for it. So I'm going to add a little bit of kick to it by adding a few pieces of that. That ought to be enough to really make it nice and hot. And again, you put in what you want. You want it hotter, you put more. You want less hot and less heat, you put less in. Well, you can hear that squeak in the background. That's our bird Coco. He's a cockatiel, and he knows I'm out here, and I'm not paying attention to him, so he sounds like he's going to come over to me. So we'll see if he makes his way over here. What are you doing, you stupid bird? Somewhere. I don't know where he went. He'll make his way around. I hear him. All right, so now, like I was saying, this can be pretty fluidy at this point, and sometimes right now I would take a little bit of flour and thicken it up. And you know what? Just to show you, I think I'll do that. So what I need is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this juice, take a little water, so it's not too hot, and then take a couple of, maybe a tablespoon or a little bit more of flour. Okay, so there's no lumps. Pour that right in. And you can see already, it's already getting thicker. I could have put a little bit more in there, but I really don't want it too thick. And that's all it takes to really thicken it up. And a lot of times you go to restaurants and you'll see it thick. I'm not sure what they use in theirs. They may use cornstarch, they may use flour. They may just cook it down. I'm not really sure how they do it there. But right now it's nice and it's got a little bit of thickness to it, which is just right. All right, I'm gonna check a piece of chicken. See if that's done. Oh, tender. And it is done. Oh, good. Okay. Plating this up. We use rice bowls. Bought some rice bowls at the local Asian market. When I say this rice is sticky, I kid not. I mean, it really is sticky. And like I said, it says sweet rice on the bag, but it's just a short grain rice that really isn't sweet as much as it is gooey. And that's it. Put that on there like that.